Hello, Nick. How are you?
What's going on, man?
I'm good. How are you? How's things?
Staying busy, pushing TNA for 4 more hours, and then I'm on vacation for a few days. I'm so excited.
4 more hours. That sounds pleasant.
Oh, killing it. I just woke up at 5 a.m. to do Sirius Radio, finished at 9:05 to 9:50, hit the gym downstairs, 9:51 to 9:59, showered and got ready. Right through this, all the way till 3 p.m., go to the airport, done. Killing it. But
Nice.
it's great because I'm excited to be talking about TNA. I've done these before where you go like the WrestleMania pressers and they're like, so you don't have a match, but Brock and Goldberg are fighting. Isn't that going to be great? And you're like, yeah, it'll be fine, I guess. This is like, I'm in the mix.
Yeah.
It's on me to deliver. The company's kicking ass. They got a big 2025 set. I'm happy and uh, excited to be doing this media.
I mean, that takes me to my first question, really. Like, you have had a mad year. Obviously with the crowning achievement being becoming TNA champ. So how are you finding life in TNA, repping the company and doing everything you've just mentioned?
Um, I love it, and it pushes me that the card pushes me to be better than I wanted to be, I guess, because I talked all this trash for years. I'm trying to back it up and steal the show, and so many different times I was coming back, opening match, middle of the card, second last match, going follow that,
Yeah.
and knowing they couldn't, but I wasn't at the top of the card and it drives you nuts. Now I'm that guy when everybody's coming through the back going follow that. They're not saying it like me, like an a-hole like me, but they're just they're killing it. And
Mhm.
I cannot stress enough that X Division, whether it was Mike Bailey or Moose or whoever, like crushing it. And it just, they offer such a different product. And then Masha and Jordan and Zaya and everyone in that mix, they're killing. They had a 2 out of 3 falls match that I had to follow, and I went, "Oh shit! I hope I can follow this match." And with the addition of the Hardys and the system being so locked in, and everyone knowing the Hardys for 4 decades now, and just everything that they do, just all these bits and pieces are culminating to make TNA the place to be, man, and a hot ticket. And that's why I think 2025. That's why I think we're going for it.
Mm.
We're going to the bigger venues. We're going to the bigger arenas. We're pushing. We're betting on ourselves to be able to fill these arenas based on word of mouth and media like this, to where you go, just give TNA Impact, just give it a chance. An
Mm.
Impact Plus, TNA Plus. Watch it. If you watch it on YouTube, whatever, give it a shot. The stories are there. The wrestling is there. The talent is miles farther than I am, and they're just coming into their own and figuring it out. So I can back it up because I'm a veteran. I can figure I'm in the ring, but they're just getting to a point. We got a couple of young guys. Leon Slater is incredible, and he's a child. He's going to be something special. I hope he stays with us for 10 more years or 50, whatever. But there's just so many different pieces that are all coming together at once, and it's a great time to be a wrestling fan, let
I mean,
alone like just wrestling every night.
yeah. I was going to say, is that one of the things that drew you to TNA, the potential growth and the fact that already we're not even in 2025, they've already announced Rebellion, already announced Anniversary. There are already big things happening way into next year. Is that one of the things that attracted you to TNA?
Well, before I came here, that wasn't being mentioned ahead of time.
Mm.
So, but one of the things that did attract me was Scott Demore. He was recruiting me. He's like, dude, he's like, come here. You have to see the locker room.
Hmm.
Everyone's on the same page. We're all fighting. We're all just trying to get this rocket ship going. And I was like, I just got out of a long-term relationship, 20 years. I'm not looking to get engaged. I'll date around, I'll do a couple of right swipes, but I don't want to like get locked down. And he was like, what about a year? And I go, I don't know. A year's a long time. What about a couple of dates? I go, all right, let's do a couple of dates. If you guys like having me and I like being there, let's go for it. And we did a couple of dates on the first day I was there, like the second day, because I showed up at Hard to Kill pay-per-view. The first day I go, you know what? Damn it. Everyone's great. And there's no outlying people on the outside looking to sabotage a match to help
Mm.
themselves. It's everybody going above and beyond, going, the more we make this great, the more people are going to talk about TNA, and then the bigger venue we get to, and then more people talk about it again. Then we get to another bigger venue. Then everyone's talking about it. And then we're on getting all these ratings coming in for the Impact Plus, and all these pieces are firing together at the same time. The team behind the scenes is working hard as hell. Tommy, Gail, Ariel, always like the feedback is there. It's not, hey, we're doing this. That's it. And it's not, hey, I want to do this and that's it. And I do whatever I want. It is this back and forth that says, hey, this makes sense to me. This makes sense to you. What can we figure out? Oh, how about this? I didn't think of this third option. Oh, that's great. Let's go. And that is every week. And it's just a great experience. And I've been waiting to be a part of something that's rocking and rolling. And I feel like my part is one of the many that is pushing it ahead. And that's why we're going to those big venues in 2025.
So what would you say is the biggest difference then between TNA and WWE?
Oh, the pay. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? No. I was fully prepared for, I am spoiled because I did 20 years and only all the venues are 15,000 people and they're mostly sold out. And every big pay-per-view for WrestleMania is 80,000 people. And you're like, that's what I was used to. Very spoiled. Did not work the independent scene, but I knew that this was something different. I knew that my hero, Kurt Angle, had kicked ass in TNA while they were kicking ass. Mm-hmm. I knew those pieces. I knew Bob Roode, badass dude, awesome champion. I knew he had kicked ass while they were rocking and rolling. And I just wanted to say, I go, man, it felt like they're on the cusp of a big explosion and maybe I can help. Myself, Joe Hendry, the Hardys, Jordan, everybody pushing in at one time could be the perfect storm that pushes it right across the finish line in 2025. So I think with everybody, there's not one person who comes away from a TNA Impact taping or one on pay-per-views and says, yeah, that was okay. Nobody. No, everyone goes, oh my God, that was awesome. And the day that someone doesn't have a good time, then I'm not doing my job. But so far, it is the perfect time to be on the TNA bandwagon as we are, because we're going hard. We bit off a big old chunk of some big ass arenas that we got to fill. And it's on us, the talent, to get the word out there. And it's on us to come watch one show live. I guarantee you'll come back.
One of the, obviously the biggest thing about you the past year is everybody used to know you as Dolph. Yep. Now you're just Nick.
Everybody still knows me as Dolph most of the time, which is really annoying, even family members. But yeah.
So what's the biggest difference for fans who haven't watched TNA, haven't seen you since you joined TNA? What is the biggest difference between Dolph and Nick?
The biggest difference is I get time to talk more instead of just being there for a match. And I get to be part of like the reason the match is happening. There's a reason I'm either fighting for the world title or in the world title picture or currently the world champion. So the only difference is I get a little bit more mic time. I get some time to explain why I'm going out to steal the show. Everything else is the same. And well, if you don't count the last 2 years in WWE, to where it was like, I am getting 20 and 30-minute tag matches on Impact. I'm getting the time to put in and show everybody the work. I'm getting the time to steal the show in the main event from the rest of the card if I possibly can. So the only difference now is my hair is probably a little bit longer. I'm 1% less body fat because I very much focused on that once I left WWE. I just wanted to be 1% leaner, just to be just a little bit stronger for, so I don't have to flex as much in the pictures. So I just wanted to have that and the opportunity was presented by TNA, and every step of the way, I feel like I have rocked and rolled and killed it. So this match at Genesis with Joe Hendry, it's going to be something special because I think he knows that if he doesn't win this match, he may never get another world title shot again. And those are hard to come by.
It kind of feels like TNA has reignited your passion for wrestling, because I kind of feel like it's fair to say your last couple of years in WWE, that passion may have kind of not disappeared, but wasn't there as much. What's it like for you having that passion back and being able to take on people that you've never faced before, like Joe Hendry?
The important part to me was being able to get in the ring with somebody. I go, WWE was so great. I had a year and a half of my contract still. And I said, please, I'm not doing anything here. I'm hanging out. I'm doing cold 5-minute matches. I go, I don't know how much longer I am a believable world champion for any other company. I might have 5 more years. I might have 2. I might have 10. I don't know. But I go, sitting here, collecting a paycheck and working for 5 minutes a week is not helping WWE. And it sure as hell is not helping me. So luckily they gave me the chance to get out of there. And because I had some time left on my contract, and being able to get out of that bubble, and I go, I wanted to face Tanahashi. I wanted to find, AJ Styles already in New York. We worked, but there's so many other people that I go, I want to, this guy. Oh, who's this guy? This guy is in AEW. This guy's in TNA. This guy's an independent. All these matches, I go now, and I guess you could say like, yeah, I'm more excited about it. But I always did my job 10 out of 10, no matter whether it was a 30-second match or 30 minutes. But having the ability to go, yeah, I'm not just some team player on a tag team that doesn't get an entrance on Raw. I'm the world champion, and I still steal the show. I still do everything I did before. I still take the most punishment. I still get back up every time. I still get to back it up in the ring. And now I'm getting to talk on the mic and getting time to show you how damn good I am. It's the best. I'm very spoiled, and I have been my whole life. But if I wasn't backing it up in the ring or on the mic, I would have given up the title months ago. But because I feel it, because I get to feed off the fans, so far, 10 out of 10, and I don't ever want to give it up. And that's why it's weird. I got Joe Hendry, who may be getting his last shot at a world title. And then I have to go out there and go, I'm rooting for him. He's a nice guy. But once the bell rings, I'm trying to knock him out or pin him. I mean, I don't understand. Like, it would be weird if I wasn't. Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, I guess everyone likes you, so here's the title. Like, that would be such a disservice to the business. So if he can find a way to beat me, I welcome it, because I'm a fighting champion. I feel like I put the title on the line more than anybody in 6 months in any company as world champion, and I back it up that much. And also, I try and get this in whenever I can. We gloss over my 21 years where 3 weeks of TV I was unavailable for in 21 years. Not vacation, not injured, not taking my ball and going home because I'm sad at creative because I got to fight Brock Lesnar or something. I did everything every damn day, and to a fault, actually, because I never got to have those returns and the 6 months later show up and have those pieces. So it probably would have made it a bigger deal. But knowing I wasn't their guy anyway, I never wanted to leave. I just wanted everyone to, hey, just so you know, no one will ever have this untouchable record. Or not a record, but no one will have this work ethic. No one will ever do 20 years with 3 weeks off. No one has before. No one ever will again. And that's something that helps me sleep just a little bit at night, knowing that, oh, my ankle kind of hurts. Can I get through it? Damn right I can. Yeah, you got it. Hey, you need me for this? I'll be there. I'm a team effing player. And that's why I wouldn't want to be champion if I wasn't drawing and bringing people up and selling out. But as a whole, TNA is at the moment, so I get the chance to represent them.
So I don't know if you know, but you have had 2,211 matches in your entire career so far.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you view the evolution of your ring style over that time?
I used to go watch things 5 and 10 years ago. Back even 7-10 years ago, when I'm like, follow that, I'm the best, and I'll watch it and I will cringe at how bad I think I am. And I don't know how this is for everybody else, but every 2-3 years, I'll go like, yeah, that was awesome. Let me watch it. And I go, oh no, I look like an idiot. And I guess it's good to constantly wanting to be better and evolving and never stopping, but it's. Even back stealing the show and having the crowd cheer for me as a bad guy who lost all the time, I was good and the moments were there. But man, every 2-3 years, including 2 or 3 years ago, I can look back and see some holes in my work. Hopefully the fans can't, but I would be like, oh man, I'm better than that. What the hell? And then it burns in my brain for 8 months until that situation comes up again. And they go, nope, this is what you do. And I feel like that's why I lay awake at night a lot, but also there is the feeling of watching my work get better and better. And at the beginning, I don't know what the hell I was doing. And I was like, I wanted to be Mr. Perfect. I like Kurt Hennig. I liked everything he did. And it was just, when I was being trained the first year and a half, it was very cool to like Randy Orton. And everybody had short black hair, black trunks, made no facial expressions. And unlike him, like no sold for anybody, and just looked strong and tough. Meanwhile, Randy's one of the greatest of all time, but they were missing that one piece of being in jeopardy or selling that comes with pro wrestling. But everybody was doing that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to stand out and be different. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but every guy is doing this. So I grew my hair out, dyed it blonde, put pigtails in. I wore pink trunks. Excuse me. Pink trunks. I screamed when someone threw me over the top rope. I would jump into like my manager's arms, everything to get a reaction and be fun. Now that was to the extreme you're in a funny joke thing and you can never be taken seriously as a world champion, but being a year in and, being bumped around as a Spirit Squad and kind of thrown in boxes and stuff, it was okay to learn the extreme, like old Memphis 1970s wrestling. But then it came down to the reality era. And then I slowly but surely would focus those pieces and only be Mr. Perfect 1 or 2 times in the match, and then have it on someone's finisher that would knock me out or something. And I was coming back. There was like 3-4 years there. I'd come back and the boss would be like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just doing my job better than everybody else. You think I'm hurt?" And you're like, "Oh, okay, got it." So that was my goal, is to get everybody in the back seeing me either thinking I'm knocked out because I devoted myself to that part of the match so much. So slowly but surely devoted myself to a smart way to constantly be trying to outdo myself, but also be in a much more realistic sense.
When you look back at the kid from the Spirit Squad, of which, by the way, there's only you and one other member still active in wrestling, which I didn't realize. What advice?
Mike Mondo looks fantastic right now, and he's kicking ass at. He just started with NWA, I think.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Very happy for him. Yes.
Yeah. If you could go back and give that kid one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't be so nice. It's weird when you're new and everyone's giving you advice. You're like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." And you're like, the giddiness and excitedness takes over for the, "Hey man, this isn't a fun kid's birthday party. This is a job and a real career, and other people are not looking out for you. So you have to look out for you." And that's the only difference. Otherwise, I had the most fun. I went above and beyond. I asked every question. I challenged the boss every effing Monday for 10 years in a row, going, "This doesn't make sense because you told me it doesn't make sense. I didn't train anywhere else. This is why we should do this." And getting more and more into it to where I had the trust of the bosses to always go out there and do whatever the hell for the last 10 years or so. But most importantly, don't be so nice. You can be professional, you can be courteous to everybody, and you could also be a lot more selfish. That wouldn't have changed any push or trajectory. I wouldn't be like a 5-time champion if I was more selfish and did worse matches, but it would just have me just a little bit more in the back of people's minds, subconsciously behind the scenes, as more of a killer that we could get behind instead of a fun guy that'll steal the show. That's a difference in probably a couple $1 million.
Yeah. So 3 quick questions before we wrap up. Obviously, TNA still has that link with NXT and WWE, that kind of partnership. And the Royal Rumble's coming up. If you got a call, would you do it? And would you do it as Dolph or Nick?
Great question, because I don't know. Let's think now, which music would be better to make everyone go, "Oh," I don't know. As much as I'd want to hear my new music, I think we would play the old stuff and then maybe the new one on the way out or something. But also when it comes to NXT, I talked with our guys very early on and said, NXT, first of all, I've been there, done that. I've been the NXT champion, but also I left WWE on purpose, not to go right back. But also we have so many young up and comers, guys and gals. I'm like, put them in that place, which they were doing already. But it was just like, I want to focus on those guys and gals, getting a few more eyes on them. But a Rumble spot, dude, that's so cool. WWE's killing it right now. To do something fun and wear my old trunks and get the old music to play and come out there and kick somebody in the face. That would be awesome. But the most important, it would just be something to have a viral moment so I could talk about TNA. So that's the only reason I would want to do it. It'd be cool to see some old friends, but most importantly, I left on purpose, not because I hated that place. They're killing it. I love TNA and I love what I'm doing, and I just don't want to be anywhere else.
Throughout your career, has there been any kind of misconceptions or rumors about you that have followed you around that you kind of want to put to rest?
If you got one, it won't hurt my feelings. Tell me, and I'll tell you if it's true or not. I don't know any rumors about me. Sheesh. I don't know.
Was there
It
ever
won't
been
hurt my
anything
feelings. If you got anything, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I'd be like, oh, that's a good one.
off
Go
the top
ahead.
of
You
my
got
head?
it. Like you got it on the tip of your tongue. Lay it on me. It's not going to hurt.
I mean, I guess that there was at some point a misconception that you were happy just to take the paycheck and kind of coast.
Ooh.
If the
Like towards like the last couple of years.
I was going to say if the IWC is anything to go by.
So here's what I did on purpose. And I'll make this quick because I'm already 5 minutes late for my next interview. No big deal. I got to a point maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago where I am going to start saying, one, I don't watch wrestling and make it like a running joke. And two, tell everybody every single day on Twitter that I'm phoning it in and no one has called me out on it yet. And I started putting cartoons with my face and a big phone being carried out. Like I was doing, and I go, watch in 6 months if everybody's going to be saying, oh, here's Nick, he's phoning it in again. So he doesn't even care. Meanwhile, I can't not care. Like I could tell you before, if I have a 30-second match with the Street Profits, it's going to be insane. And I'm going to go flying through the air and I'm going to steal it and they're going to take it back. I can't not do that. But I just wanted that perception for me to go out there. And I thought it would take 6 months. It took like 3 weeks of tweets. And everybody was like, phoning it in again. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Meanwhile, I come to the back and everyone's applauding because that's that cognitive dissonance that if you think a thing and someone says it, it must be really happening. And so that's a really funny one. I'm sure there's way worse rumors or something, but I couldn't possibly phone it if I wanted to. I was just trying to piss people off. And clearly they bought into it as real. And it was so funny. I didn't have a 30-minute match to sink my teeth into. I had a 4-minute match to not sink my teeth into. And it was like, I'll do this awesome, but it's not going to be like a 30-minute show stealer. And so then they run with it, which is pretty great.
And last one, what are your hopes for 2025?
I want to fill up these arenas for TNA because they are big ones and we are going for it. And if we back it up in the ring, then we are off and running for the next 10 years. It is on us. We've set the goals out there. We've laid it on the line. Now it's us. It's up to us to talk everyone into that arena and back it up with the footage. Like, hey, if you come here, this is the show you see. This is why it's worth it. And I'm telling you, man, the talent is unreal. We got some new signees coming in. We got a couple people leaving. It is a beautiful time to be rocking and rolling with TNA into the 2025. And I'm telling you, Genesis is going to kick it off and it's going to let you know where we're all going.
Awesome. Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time.
You got it, man.